How to know if they will be a star performer before you hire them. Hi, I'm Roger Bailey, creator of the Lab Profile, a powerful tool for quickly understanding how people think, get motivated, make decisions, and function on the job. Today we're diving into a critical question every hiring manager asks. How will I know if this applicant will be a star performer in my department before I hire them? Too often we rely on resumes and gut feelings and rehearsed interview answers. But star performance isn't about how slick someone is in an interview. It's about how they actually are motivated, operate, think, and get things done on the job. This is where the lab profile comes in. The Language and Behavior Lab Profile reveals the how behind a person's performance. You can learn not just what they've done in the past, but how they're likely to operate in your specific work environment. Let me give you an example. Say you're hiring for a role that requires proactive performance. Two candidates look equally qualified on paper. Candidate A has a patience pattern. They wait until they're asked. Candidate B has an initiate pattern. They take charge and get things rolling. Which one is more likely to thrive in such a fast-paced, dynamic role you have? That's just two of the 54 behavior patterns the lab profile reveals. Patterns which tell you how someone gets motivated, makes decisions, processes information, responds to challenges, and a host of other responsibilities people have in their thinking and behavior on the job. Here are some of the capabilities the lab profile reveals. Motivation direction. Do they move toward outcomes or away from problems? Process orientation. Are they innovators or rule followers? Stress response. How do they respond when things go wrong? Decision process. Do they decide for themselves or do they need outside help to decide? The truth is, an applicant's past experience doesn't guarantee future success, especially if your work environment is very different from their last one. With the lab profile, you can uncover how a candidate is wired, whether their wiring matches what success already looks like in your organization. Imagine hiring somebody and being confident they'll hit the ground running, not wishing and hoping, not guessing, knowing, because you know how they're already organized to perform. If you'd like to learn how to do this yourself, I invite you to check out my Lab Profile online training program. The link's in this video's description. It's designed for managers and professionals who want to hire the right people, motivate and influence employees, customers, suppliers, and even bosses without guesswork. You'll learn how to use the 17 lab profile questions and apply them in your real interview so you can find your next star performer before you hire the wrong one. You can use the lab profile to more clearly understand how customers, suppliers, bosses, and others operate, as well as how to motivate and influence each of them. Hey, you can use the lab profile in your phone screening step and only bring in candidates who have the profile you need to have on your team. Thanks for watching. And remember, great hiring starts with understanding how people really work. It starts with understanding how our own brains operate as well as how others operate. In case you're wondering, I hold a BS in social science and an MS in counseling, and I'm a master practitioner in NLP. I have spent decades applying this knowledge in the field and in corporate offices and factories at dozens of organizations, and I've seen firsthand how success depends on more than just skills or experience. My education, experience, and these insights led me to create the Lab Profile, a practical tool which helps managers and supervisors identify how people operate on the job, how they're motivated, and how they perform, what they can do and cannot do before they're hired. In the description of this video, you can learn more about who has been using it around the world for the last 45 years.